What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are, 6 consecutive green day, which is terrific. $1,800 of profit, 4 trades, 4 winners. 100% accuracy. That's not a bad way to start Monday. Now, I'm $200 shy of my daily goal at only $1,800 of profit, so a little bit of a smaller green day, but at this point, green is good, and you know, I really got to be careful as I'm getting closer to this $1 million mark that I go a little smaller. You know, I don't want to get into that mindset of trying to hit that final home run to just blow it out. I'd rather just, you know, kind of bring the risk down in this final move up rather than try to swing for the fences and have another big drawdown just before I cross that $1 million mark. So my goal right now is $2,000 a day. If I can do that for the rest of the month, that's gonna put me in really great shape, and it's gonna put me right around the $1 million mark by the end of the month. And you know, that's fine. Again, I'm not trying to be in my head about the day or anything like that. It'll happen when it happens, and I've just gotta focus on, you know, trading the market that's right in front of me. Today, a couple opportunities on FCSC, ATAI, and VPTH. Nothing huge, but enough to get me $1,800 profit. So enjoy the recap, and as always, any questions, comments, leave them below, and we'll answer them this afternoon. All right, everyone. So we're going to do midday market recap here. I'm going to finish up a little earlier today. You know, today there wasn't quite as much momentum, but I took 4 trades, had 4 winners, and so we'll finish the day up nicely, $1,804, and about $200 shy of my 2K per day goal. So, you know, I'm okay with that. Yesterday or Friday was a great day. Today is a decent day, and hopefully, you know, this week just continues to have at least good days or decent days. This is my 6th consecutive green day, which is also pretty nice. The leading gapper this morning was FCSC. This was right off our watch list, and this was the biggest winner for me. The 2 trades I took on it, I'll go down to a 10-second chart just to kind of show you how quickly these trades took place. And jump here up to FCSC. So on this one, the pre-market action was pretty strong. This stock ended up with a pre-market high of $2.95. The bell rings and it dips down for a second. It then starts to surge up right here, and this is where I took my first trade in at 279 and 280. It pops up to 290, but it doesn't break the pre-market high of 295. And so I sold at 287, 289, 288, 287, 285. I then got back in at 289 when it came back up right here. It hits a high of 295, but again, it's not able to break the 295 spot. And so I sold it at 94 and 92, and then that was a different trade. So when it came back up right here, I ended up skipping it because I already had 2 trades that, even though I was green on them, they weren't the best trades. You know, it didn't really open up that much. It didn't give us a big move. And so I was kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to risk it. I've already got a little bit of profit here, but, you know, whatever, not a lot. And then that one ended up going all the way up here to 310. So that was actually one of the nicer moves. It then does a little pullback here and squeezes up to a high of 317, which, you know, again, I skipped on that because I felt like, well, if I missed it here, I don't know if I should get in here. And then it did end up going a little bit higher, but not too much higher. And so I only took 2 trades on it, right pretty much out of the gates in this area, and $1,000 is not bad. So I'm happy with that. ATAI is an interesting one. This one came to my attention because it was making the first daily candle to make a new high, which is a swing trade setup that we often talk about. So on this one, I jumped in, where was this? The high here was 317. I think I jumped in right off the scanner. It dipped down here for a second to $3. And when it dipped down, I noticed a 10,000 share buyer at 3 and another 10,000 share buyer at 298. There was selling into the 3, and then it held. And so boom, boom, I jumped in there at 304, 307. It pops up to a high of 312, 317. And I took my profit on this one pretty quickly at 313, 315. So a quick little scalp, willing to always get back in, but it didn't give me an opportunity to get back in here. It then goes sideways. It does come back up. It's actually still above my initial entry point, but this just didn't give me a clear setup to get back in. And I missed the 5-minute setup that happened right in here. So FCSC, let's see, what's that currently at? This one's at 284, so this one's come back down a little bit. ATAI is still holding up relatively well. And then BPTH is also holding up relatively well. This one I jumped into right here on this 1-minute pullback after the fresh breakout. So on that one, I jumped in at 23.70 for the break of 24 and put my hotkey to sell 24.15, which was ended up being an awesome exit. Only 500 shares, but still a really good exit there. 1 cent below high of day. No, actually that was 15. Then went to a high of 24.40. So, anyways, only $200, 220 on that one, small size, but I just didn't feel comfortable trading big size. It's a $24 stock. This doesn't fit into my typical price range. The risk is higher. I didn't want to have this be a trade that I knew it could give back my entire morning of profit very quickly. And if I gave back my morning of profit, I might not have a chance today to get myself back to green because there's not a lot moving. So I didn't have a lot of profit to take a lot of risk. So I only took 500 shares thinking that my downside risk was probably about $300. And so even though $300 of risk doesn't really justify $220 of profit, I had the back of my mind potential that this might break 24. And on the daily chart, 24.90 is a bit of a trigger here that then gives us room up towards 27. It didn't end up hitting that at that moment. Right now, it's forming an ABCD setup. So up, down, back up, and then we'd look for a break potentially. But I'm not sure that this one, for me, is going to be something I feel like is worth sticking around and watching into the later part of the morning. 23.76 is the spot to watch if that level does break here. So you'd look for a red candle, another red candle maybe, and then holding this level, and then a break of 23.76. But if it does break that level, back to 26 is probably realistic. But you also have this kind of funny pre-market pattern, which isn't super strong. The fact that it hit a high of 26 and then sold off to 20 by the time the bell rang. So in any case, I'm not going to push it today. I'm just, still in the mindset of having green days. So far this month, I have 2 red days. Last week was all green, which is great. But the first week I had 2 red days on Thursday and Friday. So, trying to just be consistent, take profit when I have it, not, overtrade these stocks or overstay my welcome. All right, so that's about it for me today. Kind of a short recap, not as much to cover, only 4 trades, but hey, 4 trades, 4 winners, 100% accuracy, $1,800 of profit. Not bad for 1 hour of day trading. All right, so I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. I'll see you guys in the morning. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.